Noa'ia, Bula, Taa-lofa. Welcome once again to the Pacific Way, where we tell stories by and for Pacific peoples. I am Hettie Sem, your host for this special 30th anniversary season. In the show this week, we feature the final of a two-part documentary about how Pacific youth, not in education, employment, or training, are being supported to improve their social and economic well-being. Then, in our Guardians of the Pacific segment, we'll hear about fishing practices in Papua New Guinea that is helping protect our ocean resources. We'll also highlight the diverse cultural and heritage expressions from the 13th Festival of Pacific Arts and Culture, and watch another episode of the animated series of Heroes of Micronesia by Nihi Indigenous Media to acknowledge and celebrate the legacy of elders and leaders across Micronesia. But first, let's take a look at the first of a two-part series on addressing water scarcity issues in atoll and raised limestone communities in the Pacific.
For centuries, Pacific Islanders have endured hardships in sourcing reliable and clean water to survive, especially on arid atolls, which can receive little or no rain for extended periods. However, they've survived these hardships using ancestral and traditional knowledge.
The more we interviewed our local and elders, the more we realized that our ancestors had it all down from the beginning. They knew what to do. And we're excited to explore more of these knowledge. It's really sad because many of our knowledges had kind of like died away with our ancestors, but just a little type of knowledge helps a lot, and it can give us an idea of what we need in the future.
Now, there are efforts to combine the latest scientific data and technology with traditional knowledge and skills to find solutions focused on building resilience and water security. The Pacific Community SPC, through the Pacific Partnership for Atoll Water Security, works closely with 8 Pacific Island countries to respond to ongoing water scarcity issues experienced by atoll and raised limestone communities in the Pacific.
So our project basically focuses on the 3 I's, as I said before: institution, infrastructure and information. We've been talking about repairs of infrastructure, getting the water security infrastructure, water assets repaired or install new ones. We collect the water security information, and also building the capacity, institutional capacity within the government and also our project team.
This is a partnership that started around 2011, and it's been 10 years of engaging with those respective countries. And one thing that's important to note as well as this is one of the first globally in regards to a sub-regional program that focuses on water security for atoll island countries.
Through the Pacific Partnership for Atoll Water Security, communities have been supported with improving and strengthening their existing water resources and infrastructures, ensuring sustainable use of water.
There's existing infrastructure on the other islands. It will be much cheaper for us to focus on repairing these, bringing back in these into operation, so that way we can continue to have access to the water that we are used to, especially the rainwater systems, because that's what they've been using. So they always promote the use of rainwater as a source of their water supply systems. And one of the main things that we try to do now is to make sure that all the existing community systems, or water harvesting systems, are repaired and put back into use.
One of the components of the project is to install these rainwater harvesting systems. And in the long terms, when say climate impacts, droughts and all that, we have these storage tanks ready to fill by, like, say, a small amount of rain that accumulates, and then at the end you get like a backup storage, water storage for your family.
Extreme weather patterns, such as prolonged droughts, severely impact water resources. For the people of Tokelau, the severe drought of 2011 was a life-changing experience. Since then, Tokelau benefited from the Pacific Partnership for Atoll Water Security and continues to build on experiences through SPC.
The current situation now, I know, I can confirm with you, is far different from the drought that hit in 2011. Since then, people are more conservative of their supply of water, as each and every household and family members and conserve. As such, it's a collective effort to maintain, collect, store and maintain the quality of water in each and every families within the 3 islands of Tokelau.
Tuvalu also endured a similar prolonged drought, leading to the declaration of a state of emergency in 2011. However, working side by side with the government, Tuvalu has ensured communities continue to have access to safe and regular water supply.
So the project has really providing the finance that's required for us to improve water systems, water infrastructure. So that range from gutters to roofing, as well as appropriate piping systems that are more suited to our situation, our climate, and also then looking at water tanks, storage capacity, building new water reserves to enable us to capture more water and store that for future use of people.
We hope you enjoyed that story. Stay tuned next week for the conclusion of the short documentary on addressing water scarcity issues in the Pacific. Now we sail all the way to Fiji to witness the unique expressions of cultural heritage celebrated at the 13th Festival of Pacific Arts and Culture hosted by Hawaii. Enjoy! Welcome back. I am Hettie Sem. Glad you could join us again on the Pacific Way, celebrating 30 years of stories by and for our Pacific peoples. The Pacific Youth Engagement, Empowerment and Economic Pathways Project, implemented by the Pacific Community, SPC, has been working to support young people, most of whom missed opportunities of education and employment to secure a better future and livelihood. In this final of a two-part series, we take you to the Kingdom of Tonga and the Solomon Islands to hear from the first cohort of students supported through this initiative.
I'm in the field right now, and I'm looking back of some of the trainings and from the classroom and from the work readiness that we've done. It really helps me a lot because I've learned to respect people from the work readiness. We've talked about how you're going to approach people, and because in some workspace there was some opposite gender like female, not only male all the time. So I've learned to respect my workmates and even my supervisors and the bosses as well. So it's one of the things that I've learned from the work readiness, and in theory it helped me to apply exactly what I've learned from school in this working space.
Coming to internship is very excited that we experience challenges and learning more experience in where we are going to work. You know, those different strategies that you can use to solve what if there's something goes wrong, we know what to do. We stay focused on what we've been trained.
When I attend this internship in Heritage Park, we internship in 2 months, but we learn a lot. See, we attend 4 departments in Heritage Park Hotel. First, I attend kitchen. Secondly, attend housekeeping, and thirdly, attend F&B, and lastly, I attend front office. I really enjoy each department because I learn a lot. Because when I stay at home, we not have any way or option to go in. So when the program come and support us, we really happy, and they make us to more future plan to us in next time.
PYEEEP isn't just about skills and jobs. It's designed on the belief that every young person deserves a chance, no matter their background. The project is guided by powerful concepts like human rights, social inclusion, and a people-first approach. That means putting communities, cultures, and the environment at the center of every decision. From planning to training, from monitoring to celebrating success, the project is making sure youth voices, through communications trainings, are included in every step of the way.
From the PYEEP, the design itself, from the beginning of and now that it's been implemented, having the partners and the institution work together, frequent meetings, you have different committee at different levels, and involving the students themselves in giving feedback and having learned through it, I think that is very important.
Since its inception, the New Zealand government-funded PYEEP pilot project in the Solomon Islands and Tonga has had tremendous impacts in improving social and economic well-being of young people engaged in the project.
I feel that I have a confidence from that moment on. I was like, oh, I have confidence, so I'm not afraid of talking or speaking to someone that lives in a different country like that. So I learned confidence and teamwork. It was very hard for me to take this course because I was not in that good education. I was dropping out from school, and it was very hard for me to take this course. And then
when I came back from this training, I'm gonna go straight to my island and start my working in Vava'o, where because they wanna do the aged care in my island, but there's no teachers and the people from my island to go and start the course in my island. So I'm gonna training in teaching in the aged care course and also the practical part. Yeah. The project is open our mind to continue. When we attend MMDC, we learn maybe 8 courses. First one, computer and catering and literacy, numeracy, human resources and textile. So when we come here to just internship, we already know because we learn at MMDC.
When I entered this course, my life was changed. One of our internship students is the person who empower and encourage us for our future. Is Mele. That's the person who encourage us to go to see our future.
I'm really proud to see the results that we've already seen in such a short amount of time, and the growth in these individual students is really huge, and we're already looking at how we can scale this up. So there's discussions in place both at a national level in the existing countries as well as with other Pacific Island countries and territories where we might look at being able to offer the same version of this.
Thanks to the success of the first group, PYEEP is back with a second cohort. The program is growing and aims to reach even more Pacific Island countries. With strong support from partners and communities, Pacific youth in all their diversities will continue to find opportunities to build their skills and create a brighter future.
Planti can bis besolvaram stap pulap. Resources bem rich. Saldo resources. Lo time lo dry rip bisa ko about oli amigo. Panipis lang masam collective na about so mi pasaksim lo kai na salim lo simani asam family or mi pesa so and needs not once na about them to place certain area am lakan ksim na certain area am napsim. So sampai kain ol tokpait na about ka place mi play at community. So sampai time ol man sa ko burukun tambo area na ol sa ko panin pis lang up so koros na about sa ka namelo mi play. Then mi play at mi sa street na sta. Now also mi play lookout time disla some tambuere mi plakam nung some planting piece na planting kuka aloyam bisa collectimol bigla pisla matasol so mi collectimol bigla because size na we all bias to only like a big size fish lama. So oligli kem, pelare mo siya stop, when bekan big pla, abian by mixing can. 2 to 3 days na about, kami dry mo sun finish now. Ready na lo salam now. Okay, ta something lo salwara am stop. Where emi contribute kam lo sem life lumiat, sem lumiat. Terus lumiat sem luko mo sem sa benefit lo salwara tu.
Thank you to William from Papua New Guinea for sharing with us his story on ocean sustainability in our Guardians of the Pacific segment. And that's all for the show this week. We hope you enjoy hearing our Pacific stories from across the region. We leave you now with an episode from the animated series Heroes of Micronesia by Nihi Indigenous Media to acknowledge and celebrate the legacy of elders and leaders across Micronesia. Until next time, Tofani, Modemanda, goodbye.
Dear children of Micronesia, children of volcanic Whānau and bright Fu, of lush bob trees and deep blue Matau, you are the descendants of protectors, knowledge keepers, and dreamers. Aunties and uncles who walked ahead of you to hold up the sky, to clear a path, with love as surrounding as the sea, with courage as enduring as the land. Let me tell you of our heroes. There is Willie Koska from Pohnpei, who has tended the garden of Micronesia, whose regional conservation work is creating a world in which our island's precious environments can truly flourish. As the forces of industry and habitat loss threaten our homes, Willie is building a bridge toward a more verdant and secure future, empowering the next generation of land and ocean protectors. There is Sinta Kaipat from Pagan in the Northern Marianas, whose life was a vibrant reef of protection for our shores, who was the first Refolowash woman to become a lawyer. When the U.S. military threatened to turn her home island into weapons testing grounds, Sinta led a grassroots movement to preserve the land and culture of her people, reminding us in song and regalia of the beauty we are called to defend. There is Joachim Jojo Peter from Chuuk, who dreamed beneath the stars and championed the rights of migrants and those with disabilities, who showed an island of marginalized students how to reach for the sky. As his people faced displacement and violent discrimination, Jojo instilled their pride in classrooms and on the air. He founded multiple organizations to uplift his communities and was appointed to the Hawaii Civil Rights Commission as the first Kofa Citizen Commissioner, showing us that smallness is a state of mind and Micronesia is mighty. There is Tony de Broom from the Marshall Islands, who as a boy witnessed the nuclear bombing of his home and then went to war against injustice, who rose like a mountain from the sea to restore the rights of his people, earning him a nomination for the Nobel Peace Prize. When the global north failed their climate pledges and threatened to walk away from environmental action, Tony held back the flood, sued every single one of the nuclear powers, and led the rest of the world to consensus as one of Micronesia's greatest guardians. And then there's you, my child. The dream of 100 generations. Never forget, no matter where you go in this world, that you are carried by those who have gone before you. May you walk in the daybreak of our heroes. May you protect the islands they held for you. And may you remember, this courage is yours too.